The Melting Pot Oral History series is generously funded in part by the Florida Division of Cultural Affairs.
And so I was very proud, and I still am very proud of my parents, because I try to put myself in their shoes. I can only imagine what it's like to make a conscientious decision to leave your own home country and try to start life all over again. I don't know what that's like, and many of us don't, but very appreciative that they had the courage, like many other immigrants that come to the U.S. that want to start a new life.
I didn't want to leave my family. I loved where I was, what I did. So it was kind of a difficult decision for me to make and leave the U.S. He tried everything to convince me that to come. Before, he wanted us to live in Ghana because he didn't want to come back to the U.S. And then later on, he said it would be nice if I get to meet his family, which I left my family, everything I dreamt of and built up. So for me to start my own family, I have to go with the decision I made to marry him. And after I married him,
I decided to came in United States because my children. So in Korea it's very hard to study and then very hard to go to university. That's why my husband and I decide we need something big opportunity to my children.
Then I did my citizenship. I'm very proud of being an American citizen in 2004. I did it because of my children, I want them to know that the mama loves the country that she's now part of. I want them to be proud, and I want to be proud of myself.
When I came to Jacksonville, I thought, yes, it's almost similar to the Philippines' tropical weather, because our summers here also get hot, but we have the palm trees, so it's not as big of an adjustment. Probably if I went to the northern United States when the winter gets brutal, then that would have been a very, very difficult adjustment for me.
But when we got to Beirut, that's when we started the process of, going out and on a ship, and we traveled and came here. And my uncle received us here.
And what year did you arrive in the
That was
US?
in 1963. It's a beautiful country, and we had a lot of opportunities. My father opened up a grocery store, and he was very successful at the grocery store, but then there was a riot.
My grandfather came, his name is George Bashara. He came in like 1907 and went to Detroit, Michigan because there was work there in the auto factories, and it was easily accessible to get there. Lived with his older brother who had come before him. It wasn't until 1913 or maybe 1912 when he brought my grandmother Annie and her baby daughter, who was 7, who became my mother. They went and lived in Detroit for a while, and my grandparents started having children, but the weather there was too cold for them. So they moved south and came as far as Ocean Way, Florida. One of my daughters tells me that my grandfather should have gone about 10 miles more and ended up in Ponte Vedra, but he didn't. So we were in Ocean Way for all of our lives.